Again folks, and welcome to the very first pickups video of 2022. I cannot believe it's taken this long to do a pickups video, but the way I've been shopping for my games has changed, and these are the game pickups you don't see in the live gaming pickups video. But this week I have not one, but two Holy Grail items to share with you folks. One of which I never knew I needed until I saw it, that I had to have it there and then. So, let's get into the episode, hit the music.
Game pickups! Building the games room! Rush tricks! Live game hunting! Oh yeah!
I'm going to jump straight into one of the two Holy Grails straight away, but just before that I'd like to ask you folks to hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel as I put videos out every single Saturday live at 5, and I'm going to be putting out more bonus videos as I'm getting out and about more and more, and I want to share my exploits with all you folks at home. So hit that subscribe button. Now on to the first Holy Grail item. Here we have it then folks, my very first Holy Grail item of 2022. It is this amazing Turok Dinosaur Hunter statue. It is such an amazing piece. It just came up on Facebook Marketplace one day and I've never seen it before. I actually looked on eBay afterwards and they were brought out at the same time as the original Turok game on the N64. As you can see, it is literally the cover of the N64 game caught in a statue. It is absolutely incredible. It's one of my favourite kind of statue pieces now in the games room. This only set me back £10 and I absolutely love it. I never knew I needed this until I saw it, and now is one of my most cherished items. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know one of my favourite ways to pick up games and really bolster the collection is picking up gaming bundles, such as the one on the side here from Facebook Marketplace. These are the best kind of deals when there's just a bunch of games. You can pick the ones you want and pay just £1 each. These are the absolute bread and butter of how I picked up most of my Xbox, Xbox 360, PlayStation 2 and PS3 games. But you have to be smart with the bundles. So what I've done with this bundle is the first 3 games that I picked up, so these were all £1 each, were Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4 and Just Dance 3. Of course, I do have Just Dance 3 in my collection. Of course I have the Grand Theft Auto games in my collection already, but these 3 games together will trade into CX for £13 in trade-in credit. So I paid £10 for this bundle. They gave me a bit of a deal because I got some extra games, and I managed to get all of these games to add into the collection for free. That is how we do it. We basically split some games into CX for credit and keep the games that we want for the collection. So we get to add Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Watch Dogs for the Xbox 360, UFC 2009 Undisputed, Tropico 3, Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain, Thief, Call of Duty Gold Edition, which is actually a really cool one. So this was one of the first games I ever got when I got my Xbox 360, but this also has a bonus DVD with it. So that's pretty cool to add that into the collection. We have Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and Blazing Angels 2 Secret Weapons of World War II. So we got to add all of these games into the collection, in theory for free, because we'll be trading in these 3 games. This is why bundles are the future if you're building your game collection. One of my favourite ways to pick up games cheap is always Amazon flash deals, but sometimes games on Amazon are just super cheap, such as in the case of Monkey King Hero is Back. This game, if you had Amazon Prime, was just £1.50. You know, at the end of the day, I don't know a lot about this game. It was £1.50 for a brand new and sealed PlayStation 4 game, but one thing that does really grind my gears is when the disc becomes loose in the box. I was kind of keep this one sealed, but I know there is a trick where you can kind of like put the disc up and get it back on the spindle, so let me know in the comments below if you know how to do that. But £1.50 for a brand new PlayStation 4 game, you can't really go wrong. Another way I like to get cheap game deals is using Hot UK deals. So basically, if you don't know what it is, you get an alert every time keywords strike up in your search criteria, and you get alerted as soon as those game deals go up. So one of the alerts I always have set up is for Nintendo Switch games, and this week I managed to pick up the wonderful 101 remastered for just £11. which is an absolute bargain, as this is a game I've been looking to play for quite a long while. I know it's originally released on the Wii U, and obviously now it's been remastered for the Switch. So let me know in the comments below. Really looking forward to playing this one if you've played it before.
Cause the Super Sisters and Bros, the unstoppable, wonderful, wonderful.
I'm always looking to expand my GameCube collection, so basically what I've been doing at the minute is hopping on eBay and bidding on games that are anything under £5 delivered, because you know, at the end of the day, if you can get a GameCube game brought to your house for under £5, you're pretty much winning. And I managed to add these 4 games into my collection for under £5 each, but one of these games is not like the others. See if you work out which one it is. The first game is Spy Hunter, and this was on all of the consoles of that generation, but I did want to add it into my GameCube collection, as I do kind of feel GameCube games are going to hold their value a lot more. Sadly, it is not complete, but I think this was about 99p plus delivery, so can't really go wrong there. Next up we have Ace Golf, and a question for all you viewers out there. Does anyone recognise the price tag from this game? It is absolutely stuck on it and never coming off, but I do not recognise it from any game store that I've kind of seen before. Again, this was super cheap, under £5 off eBay delivered, another one in the GameCube collection. The Tom Clancy games are always super cheap, so it's kind of rude not to add it into the GameCube collection now while it is still cheap. I think there's tons of these games out there. They're pretty easy to pick up, but if you're looking to bolster your GameCube collection, this is definitely a nice cheap one to add in. Here's the final GameCube pickup for this time, and it is Soul Calibur 2, and this is interesting for 2 reasons. So firstly, on each console they all got an exclusive character. So on the GameCube, obviously the exclusive character was Link, on the Xbox it was Spawn, and on the PlayStation 2 is Hitachi from Tekken. The other interesting thing about this one, as you might have noticed, it looks slightly different, is because it is actually the American version of the game, which is annoying for 2 reasons. Firstly, I'm not sure if the GameCube can play import games, and secondly, the spines do not line up, which for the OCD in me is way more annoying, but it was a very cheap game, cool to add to the collection nevertheless. If you watched my last live game hunting video, you'll know that I picked up that amazing Street Fighter arcade stick and those Street Fighter movie trading cards, and that's kind of set me off on a bit of a collecting tangent, as now I've added this Street Fighter Collector's Edition for the Xbox 360 to go with that fighting stick. So this one comes packaged with 2 figures. So the only problem was I didn't really read the description too well on eBay and did not realise that this does not come with a copy of the game, but I should be able to pick that up cheap enough. But it does come with these 2 pretty awesome figures. I don't know how well you display these, considering one of them is kind of flying through the air, but they're very cool nonetheless. The other thing the collector's edition comes with is this really cool hint guide, which if you look inside has kind of some of the Street Fighter kind of comic style artwork. So one of the things I got bundled in with this collector's edition was these absolutely incredible Street Fighter comics. And the artwork on some of these is absolutely incredible. There is some really, really cool artwork on all of these comics. And this has kind of got me thinking, because recently I have been kind of seeing more and more comics when I'm out live game hunting. And I think I have come to a final conclusion of what I'm going to try and do is pick up comics that are kind of crossovers with video games, such as these Street Fighter comics, as I am a massive fan of comic books, but I don't want to get too much of a collection. But I think this is quite a nice compromise, and I'm really glad to start building that video game based games collection comic books. This of course is my final Holy Grail pickup of this video. I could not believe it when I was just out walking the dog on a Sunday afternoon and saw this on Facebook Marketplace. I've been looking for this thing for absolutely ages. It is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be, and I'm so happy to add it into the collection. It is really claustrophobic. People may not like Fallout 76 as much as the other Fallout games, but this is one of my favourite pieces now in my entire collection, and I'm never ever letting it go. Add Victorian. There we have it then, folks. Not 1 but 2 Holy Grails added into the games collection. I hope you enjoyed this week's gaming pickup videos. I'm back every Saturday live at 5, so please hit that like button and subscribe, as I want you here along for the adventure every single week. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and keep playing the game. See you soon.